Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this video on the Leo full moon. This is happening February 16th at 11:56 a.m. Eastern time. And this is really resparking the energy of joy, of freedom, and inviting you to explore what that means for you. So we're going to dive into these energies today. I will share my screen with you so you can see the chart for the full moon. We'll talk about the main planetary aspects and how you can work with this energy. So if you are new to me and my channel, welcome. My name is Kara Melendi. I'm an Akashic astrologer. So I look at the planetary shifts, but I do that from the Akashic records. So that brings through even more downloads and guidance on how we can co-create with this energy in the highest timeline. So if that is something that resonates with you, be sure that you subscribe. So to give a little context on this full moon energy, we do have all planets direct at this time, and they're direct until April 29th. So throughout February and into March, we really do see energy and momentum beginning to build. And more than ever before, we can be so connected to what lights us up, to our heart space. Your heart space is really being activated with this full moon energy, which of course can bring a lot of healing and releasing as well, and just an opening of this energy. Your heart is also the vortex into new dimensions, and learning how to work with this energetic force is so powerful for manifestation as well. So you'll see as we look at the charts that Venus is playing a really big role in this full moon. And Venus is all about what you value, what you love. And you may have found that last time this year, what you were working toward, what you desired is completely different than now. A lot of us have undergone this shift and change since we began 2022 with Venus in retrograde. Venus is also the ruler of the new North Node in the sign of Taurus. So we really do have this deep clarity around what lights us up, what we love. And that can shake us up a little bit because it can challenge our identity. For many people right now, their path is shifting, or they're being called to more deeply connect to what they truly desire. And that may have been pushed down, that may have been buried, but it's coming up really strongly right now. And it can take courage, right? Like, it sounds really fun and nice to say, like, follow your heart, lean in, but it takes a lot of courage to do that. And this really comes to the forefront with this full moon energy, where your mind and a part of you may be saying, can I really do this? Should I follow this path? Or maybe in a place of confusion. And it takes courage to sink in and say, I'm going to surrender. I'm going to say yes to what really lights me up. I'm going to say yes to my heart. That does take courage. That does take a lot of strength. So let's dive in here and look more closely at these energies. So I will share my screen. I will pull up this beautiful full moon in Leo chart. So we have the moon down here at 27 degrees of Leo. Now, the Leo archetype is very fun. It's very playful. It's a very creative energy that also connects us back to our inner child. And with anything you're manifesting in your life, if you can find a way to make it fun, that's going to accelerate your manifestations. I've seen that play out with my clients in my own life time and time again. When you shift into the energy of fun, things happen quickly. And Leo can be a very powerful manifester. So regardless of whether this energy is prominent in your chart, we're all playing with this right now, and our ability to really accelerate our manifestations by sinking in to this space of joy, sinking into this space of playfulness. Now, the lower octave expression of Leo can be very much attached to the ego. It can be needing to achieve certain things for that validation, for that approval of other people, right? Just feeding the ego, looking at status symbols, looking at, have I achieved enough, needing attention in order to feel worthy. So we want to look at where those patterns may be playing out. Now, the other side of this expression of Leo is creating for the pure joy of creating. Because it's fun to create, because we are natural creators. That's what we love to do. And it's bringing us back to that playfulness, the joy of that. Now, this is also about leading from the heart space. I mentioned how important the heart chakra is with this energy, where a lot can be healing, a lot of pain can be released at this time, that you can really discover the power you have to lead with the energy of love. So much power with that. Lead with playfulness, lead with love, not for the need of approval. Now, this also invites you to look at what your next level of visibility is. It's an invitation to take center stage in your life. And this next level of visibility looks different for everyone. What it looks like for me is going to be different for you. So this is where we have to be honest with ourselves of where we are still dimming our light, where we are shrinking, where we are hiding, where we're not playing full out in what we want. Like, it may appear that we're showing up in our life and we're being visible, but if you know it's not an authentic expression of who you are, it's not aligned with your path, something is going to feel off. And this energy is about realigning to what your path is, what lights you up, what visibility means for you, what shining your light in your life means for you. When I say take center stage in your life, what comes up? Where do you know you are being invited to do that? Where are you invited to bring in more playfulness? Like, there's a lot of energy we have in Capricorn still, which is very much about achievement. And then we have the sun in Aquarius, which is that air element. And this full moon is coming back to feeling that passion in your body. Not defining success based on other people's definition, but what really lights you up. I know I keep reinforcing that point, but clearly it's coming in from the records really strongly that that is at the core of this full moon of what does joy mean for you? What does freedom look like for you? Now, opposite the full moon is the sun in Aquarius. Oh, clicked on something. There we go. So anytime there's a full moon, that automatically means there's going to be an opposition between the sun and the moon, and that axis is going to come into focus. So we are focused on the Aquarius Leo axis. So Aquarian energy is all about what we are giving back to the world. It's very futuristic. It's very about the larger vision, about seeing society thrive. And you can see how these energies work together here, because Aquarius invites us to share our gifts, to realize we are an important part of this planet. We are an important part of the ascension. The actions we take, what we believe, the ideas we entertain, they matter. But it's really hard to show up and feel like you're worthy of making a difference if you don't believe in yourself. So that's where this Leo energy is about cultivating that belief in yourself. Leo's more about the self. It's about me. Whereas Aquarius is about others. It's about us. So these energies with this full moon, there's a balancing here of being strong in who you are, honoring yourself, and then looking at how can I use these gifts to contribute to the planet, to make this world a better place. Now, there's actually a couple aspects here with this full moon that I want to look at. The first one is this quincunx. So where you see this green line here, this is known as a quincunx with Pluto at 27 degrees of Capricorn. A quincunx in astrology is really interesting because the energies aren't quite sure how to play together. They're not challenging one another, but they're not flowing in harmony either. So Pluto is all about change and transformation. So with this quincunx to the moon, there can be a lot of emotion here that's coming up. And the main message I heard from the Akashic Records around this is have an awareness of where the extremes are playing out in your life, all or nothing thinking, and how that may be getting in your way. And I feel like each of you are going to know what that means for you, where these extremes are at play in your life in unhelpful ways. Now, another way this energy is playing out is this emotional transformation. this really is a new path. This is a new chapter, and the energy and frequency you are called to play in is different here. So there can be this sense, overall, I feel this full moon, there is this sense of joy and comfort, but it is inviting us to stretch. So if we aren't used to stretching out of our comfort zone, if we haven't embraced change, this can be a little triggering for us, because while it is a very beautiful full moon bringing us back to our heart, there is this element of it's time to lean in and be okay with change, feeling a little uncomfortable, with getting out of your comfort zone and saying yes to growth. And if you followed my videos, you know this has been a theme, and Pluto coming in here with this moon, it's continuing to be a theme. You are being asked to change, to grow, to transform, to release the old, to step into the new. Again, that's something that we are all capable of doing. Easier said than done, because if what you're doing in your life has worked for you, it's really hard to be willing to let go of that and lean in and take that leap of faith and take new actions and try something new. It does bring up, again, an element of courage, and Leo energy really is about courage as well, having the courage to follow our heart. And remember, courage doesn't mean there isn't any fear. In fact, courage and fear go hand in hand, because we feel that fear, but we remember that we are stronger than our fear, that love is stronger than fear, and we lean in. So another aspect this moon is making is to the nodes. It is squaring the north node in Leo. The south node is opposite that in Scorpio. It doesn't show on this chart, but it is forming a square formation with both the south node as well as the north node. In astrology, the nodal axis is extremely significant. In your birth chart, it really gives a glimpse into the skills you're here to develop, into your karma, into your past lifetime. So the nodal axis coming into play with this full moon feeds into this theme of a new chapter is opening up. You are on this new path, and in this new path, you are more connected to what you desire than ever before. Perhaps you're getting comfortable with this energy of desire and creating from that space instead of the energy of lack. So the energy of lack says, I don't have enough where I am. I can't be happy where I am. So I'm going to try to create a change to bring about something more. We can create from that space. Of course, people create from that space, but it feels very hard. And it's like we're relying on our will alone instead of allowing gratitude and joy to propel us forward. So we really, again, we want to lean into what would it mean to be in the energy of desire. The energy of desire feels expansive. It feels good. And it goes hand in hand with learning to grow through pleasure, not just through challenge and difficulties, but what if we could grow through joy? I feel this is a big lesson of the North Node in Taurus that we are invited to lean into. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is the new ruler of this North Node. Venus is about love. It's about pleasure. It's about joy and how we can grow through that energy. So very powerful. Now with the square formation to the south node in Scorpio, this is about remembering your power as a master alchemist in your life. So Pluto here with this quincunx, this square with the south node, is this reminder that you know how to move through challenging emotions. You know how to bring about change and transformation. You know how to manifest. You've been doing this for lifetimes. You know how to do this. This is also about awakening to the remembrance that you are a powerful creator. And this is about a collective shift in consciousness that we can create through the energy of joy and pleasure, and not just duality and struggle, which is part of the ascension into these 5D energies, which is more about love and unity. So another main significant alignment, I'll say, because these planets, Mars and Venus, aren't directly interacting with the moon, but it's very significant that at the time of the full moon, they have moved into a conjunction at 16 degrees of Capricorn. So Venus and Mars representing the divine feminine and masculine energies coming together. When you have these energies balanced within you, there's like nothing you can't accomplish. There's this powerful force that moves through you. The feminine, your ability to receive. your ability to magnetize what you desire, your natural ability to create. Mars, the will to take action, the standing in your power, claiming what it is you want and deserve and desire for your life. These energies are playing together for a while. I really love that energy being conjunct with this full moon. There is a lot of love here. There is a lot of playfulness. So if things are feeling hard right now, it's because you're making it feel difficult by being too much in your head. And you got to sink into your heart. You have to trust, right? Don't overthink everything. This full moon is a reminder of that. Stop overthinking, trust your heart, stop overcomplicating things, trust your soul. You know how to do this. Now, especially since there's a sextile here with Neptune in the sign of Pisces, beautiful energy where there is divine guidance coming in. Neptune can bring an element of confusion if we're relying on our strength alone, right? We can achieve a lot through will alone. Of course we can. We can take action, we can disconnect, we can say, I'm going to get things done. But there's an easier way, there's a better way, there's a more loving way when we open up to co-creating with the universe, when we allow ourselves to receive guidance from our angels, when we stay connected to our wise higher self, when we remember that we are co-creating with infinite intelligence and we don't have to connect from that flow of energy, things open up and happen really quickly. So very, very significant energies here to look at how you are working with your life force energy. Now, Mercury is direct now, but it's still in shadow. So there is an element of integration that's still happening, but overall, we're ready to move forward. We're ready to trust our heart, even if we are still reflecting on some decisions and part of us may be afraid to move forward. I feel like the larger part of us is guiding us forward. And again, Mercury does speak to that because Mercury represents our intellect and the logic and the part of us that may want to overthink everything. And again, I feel there's this big message of leaning in and trusting where your heart is leading you right now. Those are our main energies here. I feel like that's the main thing I want to say around this beautiful full moon. So I am going to be hosting a ceremony on the day of the full moon this Wednesday as part of the Divine Creators Inner Circle. So we do new and full moon ceremonies every month. You also learn how to open and access your Akashic records. And in that space, I have meditations, activations, healings, and clearings. There's also a lot in the inner circle around cultivating abundance in your life, activating your abundance codes, and mastering manifestation by co-creating with cosmic intelligence. So through working with astrology and the Akashic records. So I will attach a link below to the Divine Creators Inner Circle if you want to join us in this space. And again, if you join, you'll have immediate access to all the beautiful content in that space, and you'll be able to jump in for the full moon ceremony this Wednesday. There's always replays as well. I'm also going to attach a link to Instagram below. So recently there's been somebody that cloned my Instagram account. So the only Instagram account I have is @Cara Melendi. The cloned account put an underscore with the username. So I'm going to attach the correct one below so you can make sure that you're following that. That is my only account. All right, sending so much love to you. Enjoy these beautiful full moon energies, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.